because the game was out of hand. They're not in 7th or 8th place. So they're decent. They're just not as good playoffs. So he went out there. But yeah. Yeah, he's doing good. He's going to the Arkansas Tech next year. Happy for him. As long as he gets his degree, that's all that matters.
Somebody has found a certain amount of money in the parking lot or in the gate. If you had lost it and can tell us what the nominations and all is or the amount, we'll sure get it back to you.
Welcome to Jerry Built in the Field on the campus of West Lauderdale High School in Collinsville, Mississippi, where tonight the West Lauderdale Knights will take on the Kosciusko Whippets in a district contest that more than likely will decide the district championship here tonight. West Lauderdale won the first game of this two-game series against Kosciusko, one of the best high school games I've seen in a while. Well pitched by both sides. Defense was fantastic. Not a lot of offenses. Both pitchers really dominated on the night, but West took that game 2-0. Last Tuesday night in Kosciusko, and then rain prohibited us from playing this game last week, so we pick it up as a makeup game today. But by West beating Kosci 2-0, Kosci has got to win by 2 or more runs tonight to take the lead in district and then try to close it out with what's remaining on their schedule. So West has got a little room, but they'd like to win it outright. They win tonight, they're district champs. They have one more leftover rain-out game against Louisville they have to make up, and they'll make that up later at the end of this week. But I will say the game last week was outstanding. West won 2-0. Ian Harrington was by far the standout for West on the mound. Had 10 Ks, win a complete game, giving up no runs on what I think maybe was 1 or 2 hits. And the opposing pitcher was just as good. You know, we had about 4 or 5 hits off him. Carson Smith led the game with a 2-for-3 effort, but nonetheless West was able to pull it out and take that big win at home at Kosciusko. So we look for a great contest tonight. Both teams are solid. Kosciusko's record is 13-7, but don't let that fool you. They have played some strong competition in those 7 losses. So they are more than capable of winning tonight if West doesn't play well. West comes in at 16-2. And we'll go through the starting lineups first for the visiting Whippets. You got Jacob Munn leading off, playing shortstop. Landon Wallace will play second base in the 2-hole. Ty Ramage will be on the mound tonight and hit third. Hit cleanup will be Larson Fancher, your third baseman, and Benny Powell will play center field and hit fifth. Cooper Blake will hit sixth and play left field. Peyton Odom will hit seventh and play first base. Barrett
And the West Lauderdale
Barrett Kuhn will catch and hit 8th. Andrew Mansell will play right field and hit 9th. The Whippets are coached by Cole McBride, Wesley Dew, and Joe Stormont.
starting at shortstop, number 22, Jacob Nunn.
Your starting lineup for the Knights will be Jackson Parker playing center field, leading off. Jacob Wooten will be a shortstop. In the 2-hole, Cannon Graham will hit third, play second. Brett Busby will hit fourth and play third base. Kenyon Peoples will hit fifth and play right field. Hunter Russell will play left field and hit sixth. Leeds Jenkins will hit seventh and play first base. Carson Smith will be a designated hitter and hit eighth. Owen Shirley will be the battery behind the plate and hit ninth. The Knights, head coached by Jason Smith, assisted by Jody Hurst, Dustin Hamrick, and Jamie Brown.
The Whippets are led by head coach Cole McBride, assisted by Wesley Dew and Joe Stormont. The Knights are coming to tonight's game with a 16-2 record and are led by head coach Jason Smith. Now your starting lineup and batting order for your West Lauderdale Knights. Starting in center field, number 2, Jackson Parker. At shortstop, number 25, Jacob Wooten. At second base, number 5, Cannon Graham. At third base, number 1, Brett Busby. In right field, number 22, Kenyon Peoples. In left field, number 36, Hunter Russell. At first base, number 3, Leeds Jenkins. The designated hitter, number 26, Carson Smith. Behind the plate and catching, number 13, Owen Shirley. And on the mound for the Knights, number 21, Kevin Boswell. The head coach is Jason Smith, assisted by Jody Hurst, Jamie Brown, and the athletic trainer is Robbie McKee. And now if you would please stand and remove your hats for the invocation and the playing of the national anthem. Our Father in heaven, once again, we love you, Lord, and we thank you for your many blessings. We ask you, Lord, to go with these young men tonight as they perform on the field of baseball. Give them the talent and the want to do the very best they can. We ask you to go with us tonight as we go home out following the game. Give us a safe ride home. We ask all this in Jesus' name. Amen.
So, as we mentioned, Caden Boswell will take the mound for the Knights. Caden comes in with a 6-0 record, 1.768 ERA. Having pitched 31.2 innings on the year. Struck out 42 in those 31 innings, so pretty efficient. Gets about a little over a strikeout an inning. Just like the rest of the West pitchers. He'll have a fastball changeup and a curve. Maybe have a little bit of a slider he throws every now and then. And the velocity, he'll be mid to low 80s. And as I mentioned right before we get started, man, it was some kind of pitching duel up in Kosciusko last week. Both those pitchers, I just can't stress it enough how good both of them were. Threw all their pitches for strikes, kept hitters off balance. It was a show to see. And the leadoff hitter was for Kosciusko right here coming up now, Jacob Munn. He was the pitcher the other night, man. You have to tip your cap to him because he threw an outstanding game. It's a tough luck loss for him, really. So Jacob Nunn will lead off, the shortstop for the Kosciusko Whippets.
The shortstop, number 22, Jacob Nunn.
Let's go, Knights! A lot of life out there!
Ball up. So Caden starts off with a fastball, up and away. Good fastball in the zone right there. Count evens up 1-1. Ball 2-1. Ball up 3-1. So Basel starting out behind Nunn. 3-1. Kind of struggling for command a little bit. It's a good fastball outside corner. Runs the count to full, 3-2. The Knights, you always want to get that first man out. First pitch over, first man out. It's always a good start to the game. Something West focus on a lot with their pitchers. And fouled off to the right-hand side.
Learn from it, defense!
So Nunn maybe a little bit behind Basel's fastball right there, but he did a good job of fouling it off. On the black outside part of the plate, right on the corner. Good pitch from Caden. And Caden walks him. Fastball high and inside.
Let's go, middle! Let him hear you out there!
So the Whippets get the leadoff runner on base, and Landon Wallace coming to the plate. Landon Wallace, the second baseman for Kosciusko.
That is the second baseman, number 24, Landon Wallace.
Throw over the first, back in plenty of time. Hard to know if the Whippets have any kind of running game or if they'd like to steal bases or try to. They didn't have too many guys on the other night against Harrington. Kind of shut down everything the Whippets wanted to do. Squares. Ball low, 1-0. So Boswell's struggling with command right here in the first inning. And that's what the Knights coaching staff does not want to have to deal with. They want Caden to be in control and go as deep in this game as he can. Good breaking pitch, out for a ball, and unsteals the base easily on the off-speed pitch. So Kosciusko has runner at second, nobody out. Counts 2-0.
Take a breath, Boz. Do what you do, big guy. A lot of faith in you.
Another bunt executed to perfection. Cannon covers first, and they get the lead. They get the runner. So they get the out. Nunn advances to third, and that's exactly what Kosciusko wanted. With the number 3 hole hitter coming to the plate, and Boswell right here certainly needs a shallow fly ball, ground ball to the corner, or a strikeout right here. Fly ball in the infield, something to get this guy out without advancing the runner home. Ty Ramage, the pitcher for the Whippets. 3 hole hitter. Good fastball from Caden right there. Count moves to 0-1. So he gets ahead of this hitter. Always want to work ahead as a pitcher. Keeps the hitter on the defensive. Pitch out. Nothing doing. And Nunn back to third in plenty of time. He's trying to throw behind the runner. Fastball, low in the zone. Umpire doesn't seem to be early in the game giving Caden that low strike. So if it's right there, a little bit below the knees, that's definitely going to be a ball tonight. Umpire behind the plate has shown he's not going to call that early in the game. There's a good swing and miss. Good pitch from Boswell right there, just off the plate. Causes Ramage to chase it. Breaking pitch, way outside.
Expect the baseball, D. Let's go. Know where you're going with it.
So, count goes full. Fouled off by Ramage. Good job by Ramage fouling that off. That was an outside fastball. Barely got out there, got it into the bat on it. Ground ball. Runner's going to hold at third. Brett's going to get the run at first base, and that is a break for the Knights as Busby makes an aggressive play on a slow roller in front of Jacob Wooten. Throws him out at first, and the Knights have 2 outs, the runner at third.
Let's go, team.
Coach Smith wants time, head to the mound.
Gotta get on him now. Let's go.
The 2 outs. That is the third baseman, number 12, Larson Fancher.
And the cleanup hitter, Larson Fancher, coming to the plate. So that was a good job. Busby ranged over, caught the slow roller, took the runner out at first, and Jacob Wooten rolled over and covered third. Just if none had any indication of trying to get too far off the bag, Jacob Wooten prevented that. It's a good defensive rotation on that play by the Knights. So Fancher comes to the plate for the Whippets.
Everybody expect it. Let's go, D.
Ball inside and low. 1-0.
Backing each other up.
Ball up, 2-0.
Go get him, Bob.
So Boswell down 2-0. Got to put this one probably right in Fancher's wheelhouse. When he does, 2-1. Fancher didn't pull the trigger on it. He had to know Boswell was coming with something right center cut. Didn't want to fall behind him 3-0. Put 2 guys on. Fouled back. Boswell evens the count 2-2. Sneak a backdoor breaking pitch right here over Fancher. Goes inside with a fastball, up and in. Count moves to 3-2. So a full count again for Boswell.
No biggie, let's close the door here, boss. Go get behind the D.
A lot of full counts in the first inning.
On the strike, he's looking for a walk.
And he does strike three, and Boswell pitches around a leadoff walk. Retires Fancher via the strikeout. So, through a half inning, Kosciusko puts nothing on the board. Knight's coming to the plate. So Jackson Parker will be your leadoff hitter. Jackson comes in hitting .342. 3 doubles, 12 runs scored. Coached 6 walks out of the year. Impressive thing with Jackson is only struck out 5 times all year.
You gotta want it, dugout. Let's go. Get in the game. Fire it up.
And ball up. Jackson takes it high and away. So Ty Ramage, the pitcher for the Whippets. Don't have stats on them, just like any visiting team. Don't really give us any stats.
Boy, good eye.
Counts 2-0. But just looking at the radar gun, he's going to be low 80s with his fastball. Jackson swing, good cut at that. Fouls it straight back. Count moves 2-1. So third baseman shows no respect for Jackson's speed. If he bunts it down the third baseline, certainly will beat it out. And Jackson has good wheels. Count evens up 2-2. Strike on the outside half.
Nobody better, Jack. Let's go, big guy. Find a way.
Good eye by Parker. A little breaking pitch in the dirt. Breaking pitch, maybe a change up. Hard to tell. Ball kind of dove straight down, right off the plate. So the count runs full. Jackson fouls off. Good outside fastball from Ramage. Count remains 3-2. 0-0, bottom half of the first. Whippets stranded a man at third in the top half. Jackson swings and misses through a breaking pitch. And so Ramage records the first strikeout of the game for the Whippets. And Jacob Wooten comes to the plate. Wooten comes in hitting .404. 6 doubles, 1 triple, 1 home run, 15 RBIs. He too has also struck out only 6 times on the year. Ball in the dirt, 1-0. And Jacob Wooten has been on an absolute tear lately. Let's hope he keeps it going. He has really been swinging a hot stick. Ball low, 2-0. Inside corner, 2-1. Ball, breaking pitch in the dirt, 3-1. And that'll walk Jacob. So Wooten takes first on a free pass. That'll bring up Cannon Graham. Cannon Graham hitting .426, leading hitter on the year for the Knights. 5 doubles, 3 triples, 2 home runs, 12 RBIs.
Cannon Graham.
And Jacob Wooten with fantastic speed at first base. Ball low, 1-0.
Get your pitch now. Let's go.
We don't miss 5. Let's go, big guy. Line shot.
Go Cannon.
Throw over to first. Wooten back in plenty of time. Sure, that's not Ramage's best move.
Effortless pop, big guy. Short, sweet. Let's go.
Go Cannon.
Jacob on a straight steal. It's a good throw, but he's in there.
Man, he's got to be punished though now. Let's go, Bob.
So catcher with a short hop throw to none at second base bag. Wooten takes that easily.
Go Cannon.
Nobody better, Cam. Let's go, big guy.
Base hit.
So the catcher in warm-ups didn't really show a super strong arm, and that right there kind of backed that up. So we'll see if the Knights can take advantage of that during the game. Cannon swings way out in front of that pitch. Change up, lift up in the zone. Just got a piece of it off the tip of the bat. So Cannon's down 1-2, so he'll get choke up a little bit, go into a defensive hitting mode, try to poke something in a hole somewhere. And curveball on the outside corner, taken for strike 3. It's a good pitch to Ramage, good location. Brett Busby coming to the plate. Busby's hitting .400, 9 home runs, 5 doubles. Leading RBI producer on the team with 25. So Wooten stands at second with 2 outs. Score 0-0, bottom of the first. Busby swings and misses. Fastball, outside half, 0-1. Ramage looks like he's 80-81 with his fastball. Curveballs 70, 72 maybe sometimes in the 60s. Change-ups about the same speed as his curveball. Brett fouls it off. Wooten was gone with the pitch. Coach Smith being aggressive. So Brett's down 0-2 quickly. Catcher sets up way outside. And Brett swings right through a high fastball, so Ramage strikes out 2 in the bottom half of the first. And through 1, no hits on no errors for both teams, no runs. Score is 0-0.
And that happened into the night. There were no runs, no hits.
So Benny Powell coming to the plate for the Whippets. Center fielder.
To lead off for the Whippets is center fielder number 11, Benny Powell.
Strike at the knees. Good location from Boswell. Gets ahead 0-1 quickly. Breaking pitch up. 1-1. Fastball outside. Count moves to 2-1. Good inside fastball. Powell gets out way ahead of it. Fouls it off. 2-2. Good location for Boswell, though. That sets up something away right here if he wants to throw it. Good breaking pitch. He didn't go. Field to first. I agree. He didn't go. It was a good pitch from Boswell, though. I thought maybe it was just a straight-up strike. Not so much that he swung at it. But umpire called a little bit outside. Probably right the way this game's been called so far. And that pitch is high. So Powell coaches the walk out of Boswell. Leadoff walk. Second inning in a row. That is not something you want to do as a pitcher. Walk the leadoff runner. That runner, high percentage of the time, somewhere around 60-70% of the time, leadoff runner gets on base with nobody out, he's going to score. Got Cooper Black at the plate, left fielder. Squares to bunt. Throw over to first, gets past Jenkins. Powell's going to try to get all the way to third. And he does. So I don't know who we charge that error to. Hard to tell. Looked like a decent throw. Nonetheless, ends up in right field corner. And now the Whippets have the lead runner at third, nobody out. And ball up, 1-0.
Take a breath, boys. Take a breath. Let's go. Middle,
Knights have some action in the bullpen. There's the strike from Boswell. Evens it up 1-1. Wouldn't shock me if there's a squeeze play on. There it is. They got a chance. And they do it. And he drops the ball. Had him out. And they score. So the squeeze not executed, but they score anyway. That's a when you're trying to tag a runner in a rundown, it's ball in hand and glove. Owen just didn't quite get there. Everything happened so quickly for him. But that's why you do ball in hand and glove, tagging with two hands. Easier said than done sometimes. Count moves to 2-1 on another ball. 2-1, excuse me. So the Whippets get the early lead, 1-0. Yet to have gotten a hit on the evening.
Come on, boys. Let's go, big guy.
Good breaking pitch for Boswell right there. Gets the strikeout.
With 1 out, the batter.
That'll bring up Peyton Odom.
5. Peyton Odom.
First baseman for the Whippets. Ball up, 1-0. Good pitch on the outside corner. Count moves to 1-1. Caden threw that one a little bit. A little better velocity. Ball outside, 2-1. Swing and a miss. Boswell evens the count at 2-2. Nothing but fastballs with this hitter. Odom squares 2-2. Don't believe he's doing that. Fouls it off. First round again, fouls it off to the right-hand side. Count remains 2-2, 1 out. Kosciusko's taking a 1-0 lead on a botched squeeze play that turned out in their favor. Ball up. Full count again, 3-2. Swing and a miss. Boswell gets out number 2 via the strikeout.
The 2 outs. The batter is the catcher, number 7, Barrett Kewen.
Barrett Kewen coming to the plate, the catcher for the Whippets. There's a strike center cut. Good pitch from Boswell. Good delivery. Finished that pitch a little better than he has previous innings. Good pitch outside, 1-1. Swing and a miss, 1-2.
Come on, boys.
Little soft liner. It's going to fall out in center field. Jackson Parker ranges over, and that's the first hit of the night for either team. So Kewen end up at first, a big courtesy run for by Drew Grace.
Bench runner for the catcher, number 3, Drew Grace. The next batter is the right fielder, number 13,
Andrew Mansell coming to the plate.
Be ready, Knight.
The right fielder for the Whippets. Mansell helps Boswell out. High fastball, fouls it straight back. 2 outs in the inning. Whippets have taken a 1-0 lead on a squeeze play that Knights probably should have gotten an out on. Slid into a tag. Nolan Shirley kind of couldn't hang on to the baseball, and they scored. Good pitch right there outside, 1-1. Tough break in the heat of the action, though. Owen made a good sweep tag, just couldn't quite complete it. Count evens 1-1, 2 outs. Ball in the dirt, 2-1. Swing and a miss. And strike him out. Excuse me, Owen Shirley with a bullet down to second base. Easily takes out the runner for out number 3. But the Whippets score 1 on 1 hit. No errors from the Knights. Through 1.5. Score is Kosciusko 1, Knights nothing.
To lead off for the Knights, the right fielder, number 22, Caden Peoples.
Caden Peoples coming to the plate. 357 on the year. 4 doubles, 1 triple, 1 home run, 9 RBIs. Kosciusko leads 1-0. The bottom of the second. So Caden does a good job there, taking that breaking pitch low and in. Move the count to 1-0. Knights need base runners. There's the strike outside corner, 1-1.
Now you ready, KP? Let's go, big guy. Get your reel.
There's a line drive right over the shortstop's head, rolling into the gap. KP's going to try to stretch it out, and he does. And the Knights will have a leadoff double from Caden Peoples. That was a bullet.
Great job, KP. Great job.
Right over Nunn's head at shortstop. Made a high leap, couldn't quite get to it. And Caden's got great speed.
Your next batter is left fielder, number 36,
Hunter Russell coming to the plate in 357. 13 RBIs, 14 runs scored. And he does his job. Going to run to first. They're going to get the out, but he advances KP to third. So Hunter Russell does an outstanding job with a bunt. Puts it right where he needs to put it, right up the first baseline. No chance to get KP, and the Knights have the tying run at third base and leads Jenkins to the plate. Jenkins comes in hitting 360. 4 doubles, 1 triple, 4 home runs, 23 RBIs. Ground ball up the middle is going to score the run. Swing and a miss from Jenkins, outside fastball. Anywhere on the corners is going to have to keep KP there. Hit to first or third, he's going to have to stay. But anything that's short or second, they're conceding the run where they're at. Jenkins quickly behind 0-2.
Let's go, Lee. KP beat. Let's go, big guy. Nobody better, 3.
Ball in the dirt. Good job of the Whippet catcher. Good job of the Whippet catcher. Battled it, knocked it down. That certainly saved a run right there. Count moves to 1-2. 1 out. Carson Smith waits on deck. Jenkins swings, foul tips it. And so the Knights now have 2 down. Carson Smith coming to the plate. Carson Smith had a good night at Kosciusko on the
The 2 outs. The batter is the designated hitter, number 26.
last week. He was 2 for 3. Smith fouls it off, back up into the screen. Carson's hitting 481, 6 doubles, 10 RBIs, 11 runs scored.
Carson.
Ball low, 1-1.
Go, Carson.
Ball inside, called a strike. So 1-2. Ball outside. 2-2.
Play wide.
That boy, Carson. Stays a foot off the plate. Let's go. Good job.
Carson fights it off. Good pitch from Ramage. Carson fights it off. Outside corner. Ball up. Smith swings and misses for strike 3, and the Whippets get out of it.
Keep your head up, big guy. Head up.
So, through 2 innings, Whippets lead 1-0.
Andrew Mansell.
Andrew Mansell coming to the plate. Ball up from Boswell. This is the number 9 hitter, right fielder for the Whippets. Boswell quickly behind 1-0. Ball in the dirt, 2-0.
Second breath. Let's go. Let your defense work.
Good fastball. Boswell runs the count to 2-1. Fouled off the right-hand side. Swing and a miss from Mansell. Evens it up 2-2. Breaking pitch way outside. Count runs full 3-2. And ball 4. And again, the Whippets have the leadoff run on base via the walk.
Your next batter is the shortstop, number 22, Jacob Nunn.
So that's the third walk of the game for Caden. Back to the top of the order. Nunn walked his last time up.
Go infield.
He bunts. Boswell stumbles, makes the play to first, and they get the run. Because Kosciusko's banking on this being a close ball game, they're trying to get as many runs as they can the small ball way. But West will take the out, especially from the leadoff hitter.
Point out the batter, the second baseman, number 24, Landon Wallace.
So Wallace coming to the plate, 0 for 1. Ball outside and low, 1-0. Ground ball to second baseman. Graham fields it, throws it to first in plenty of time, and so there's 2 outs. The Whippet runner advances third. Now there's 2 outs, and pitcher Ty Ramage at the plate. An opportunity to help himself.
That is pitcher number 20, Ty Ramage.
Defense, be ready.
Swing and a miss from Ramage, chased one up and in. Boswell gets ahead 0-1. Good fastball. Right down center cut, 0-2.
Let's go, Diggs. Back to baseball.
Ball up. But at the middle, Wooten fields it cleanly, throws it to first, the Knights get out of it. So the Whippets strand that runner at third base. The Knights keep that score 1-0. Kosciusko through 2.5. So Owen Shirley will lead off for the Knights. Owen comes in hitting 350. 1 double, 4 RBIs.
Get a starter right here, Owen. Let's go, big guy.
Knights would love to get a leadoff runner on base in this bottom half of the third, especially with the top of the order coming up right after Owen. Ball in the dirt, 1-0. Ball low, 2-0. I think Owen's right to take some pitchage off of Ramage. The umpire's kind of relatively small strike zone. Calls that a strike, inside corner. Called that pitch all night. You're going to get that pitch right at the knees on the inside half, and rightfully so. It's a good location. Fouled off right-hand side. Count evens up at 2-2.
You at least got to check it.
There's a ground ball from Shirley. Fielded cleanly from second, thrown to first, and Shirley's retired via the ground out. Jackson Parker come to the plate. Jackson Parker 0 for 1. Strikeout victim was last time up.
Let's go, guys. Come on, dug out. Get behind him. Let's go.
Jackson Parker.
Jack.
Ball outside, 1-0. Ball up, 2-0. So 1-0 Kosciusko, bottom of 3. Both teams have 1 hit apiece. Kosciusko able to scratch that run across in the top half of the second. Ball low, 3-0. So 3-0. Imagine Jackson's taken right here. Jacob Wooten on deck. Jackson's got good wheels. You like to get him on base. And that's ball 4. So Jackson coaches a 4-pitch walk out of Ramage. And Jacob Wooten comes to the plate. Both teams have 1 hit.
The batter is the shortstop, number 25, Jacob Wooten.
Go, Wooten, get your reel.
Called strike. I think Wooten thought that was low. Maybe so. Hard for me to tell from where I'm at, low or high, according to the knees. Wooten didn't like the call. So Jacob down 0-1. Throw to first. Parker back in plenty of time.
Go, Wooten. Get your reel, big guy.
I don't look for Coach Smith to run Jackson here at the top of the order. Right here with 2 and 3 coming up. Give him a chance to drive him home. But there he goes. I was wrong. Coach Smith always full of surprises.
Now we fight, big guy.
So now Jacob's behind 0-2, but Jackson Parker stands at second. Straits still on the breaking pitch. If you can get Ramage, if you can steal on his breaking pitch, you've got, it's slow. You've got all day to get there. Jacob singles. Jackson Parker has to hold up for a second. It's going to stop right there to make sure it cleared the infield. Good job of base running by Jackson there. You'd like to be aggressive on that, but if you run into a tag, that's not a good move. So Jackson did absolutely right, made it get through. Now the Knights have runners on the corners with Cannon Graham at the plate. Cannon strikeout victim his last time up.
We get something over the whiteboard, we're going to bang it. Let's go.
Your next batter is the second baseman, number 5, Cannon Graham.
So first and third situation for the Knights with 1 out, down 1-0, bottom of 3. Cannon Graham at the plate. There goes Jacob. Jacob will take the double play out of order. Cannon was on a straight take, Jacob on a straight steal.
Stay short, big guy. Number line drive.
I do think at this point, Coach Smith has decided they can run on the battery of Ramage and the catcher from Kosciusko. Cannon pops it up on the infield. Straight up. And so there's 2 outs. That'll bring Busby to the plate.
Two outs. The batters for third baseman, number 1, Brett Busby.
Busby go for 1. Struck out his last time up. Knights have the tying run at third and the lead run at second. Ball in the dirt, and curve ball. Busby takes it 1-0.
Now you ready?
Catcher did a good job. Don't let that get to the screen. Another breaking pitch in the dirt. They're not going to give in to Busby. Breaking pitches off the plate. Nothing near the zone. At this point, it looks like they're going to make somebody else beat him. See if he comes and contests him here. I'm sure Brett has the green light. Ball up. 3-0.
One pitch, one place, Brett. Let's go, big guy.
So 3-0 count. Let's see if Busby has the green light. Of course, KP on deck. Caden Peoples hit a bullet up against the Billy Adam Calvert sign here in the top. His last time at the plate. A little feint by the second baseman, running hard over to cover second. Brett takes right down the middle. Count moves to 3-1, so he did have the take sign. Ball up. So Busby walks to load the bases for Caden Peoples.
Nobody better, KP. Nobody better. Let's go.
Caden doubled his last time up. The Whippets coach took a visit to the mound.
Line drive, 2-2. Line drive, big guy.
The batter is right fielder, number 22, Caden Peoples.
Caden Peoples up. Ball in the dirt, 1-0.
Great job.
Ball 2.
Foul ball off the right-hand side. Count evens up 1-1. Ball low, 2-1.
Definitely take a walk.
Caden swings, hits it hard to third. And he makes the play. Good job by the Whippet third baseman. Tags Jacob Wooten. Running past, and so the Knights load the bases but strand them all. So the Knights get no runs in the bottom half of the third. Score remains Kosciusko 1, Knights 0.
To lead off of the Whippets, third baseman number 12, Larson Fancher.
So Larson Fancher come to the plate. Fancher's 0 for 1. Struck out his last time up. Scores 1-0 Kosciusko, top of 4. The Whippets have 1 run on 1 hit. Knights have no runs on 2 hits. Good high inside fastball, called a ball.
That's a pitch. That's a home run derby pitch. Like, seriously. That's a ball like if I want that pitch.
Fastball, same place as before. Count moves to 2-0.
That's 2 strikes. Hey.
Swing. Strike 1. Count moves to 2-1.
Ready, defense?
Good breaking pitch from Boswell on a 2-1 count. Count moves to 2-2.
No balls, 4 strikes. Go, boss.
And gets him to chase the high fast one. So Fancher retired via the strikeout. That'll bring Benny Powell to the plate. Benny Powell scored the only run of the game so far on a squeeze play that was missed by Kosciusko, running into a tag that Shirley couldn't quite hold on to the baseball, and Powell scored to take the 1-0 lead for the Whippets in the top half of the second. Times asked for and received by Powell. Pitch on the outside half, fouled off. Count moves to 0-1. Good breaking pitch from Boswell. Quickly up ahead 0-2. Ball in the dirt, 1-2. Not a bad miss from Caden right there, though. Not a bad miss. See if he can get him to chase something. He's got no chance to hit. Swing and a miss, another high fastball. So the Whippets chase 2 high fastballs and results in 2 strikeouts. That'll bring Cooper Black to the plate. Cooper Black's 0 for 1, struck out his last time up.
The 2 outs, the batter's the left fielder, number 4, Cooper Black.
Ball in the dirt, 1-0.
I see you working. Good job.
Good pitch from Boswell, 1-1. Ball up, 2-1. Fastball outside half, not called. 3-1 count.
Been a strike all night.
Foul ball, right hand side, and the visitor to bullpen, and out of play. Both Jenkins and Peoples giving chase, but nonetheless, ball's out of play. So, full count. 3-2, 2 outs. Top of 4. Whippets lead 1-0. Whippets have 1 run on 1 hit. Knights have no runs on 2 hits. Been a pitcher's duel again, much like the first game. Ball up. 3-2. So Peyton Odom will come to the plate. Odom 0 for 1. Struck out his last time up.
The batter's first baseman, number 5, Peyton Odom.
Swing and a miss. Quickly ahead 0-1. Whippets coach wants a word with Odom. I will say, if you like baseball, this is your week. And West Lauderdale's got a condensed schedule with all the rain. Tonight they're playing Kazi here. Tomorrow they will play 6A powerhouse Madison Central at Jerry Boatner Field. And if you want to come out and watch some baseball, tomorrow's a good day to do it. Madison Central always is a good team and is always loaded. So we'll play 1 at 5, 1 at 7, JV at 5, and varsity at 7. Then West travels to Louisville to have a make-up district game we talked about before the game. That'll be Thursday at 6 away. Pitch from Boswell in the dirt. Throw down from Owen. Jacob Wooten recovers a high throw. So the Whippets have stolen second base and have a runner in scoring position. Odom's down 0-2. So after that, Friday the 14th, this week, West travels to Madison Central, and what's a home and away deal. So they have the home game. That ball was up. Curve ball, a little bit high. Owen did a great job of receiving it. So Friday we'll travel to Madison Central and play a JV at 5 and a varsity at 7. Then away on Saturday at Enterprise 11-1. So a lot of baseball this week. Ball in the dirt. Gets through the catcher, back to the screen. And the Whippet runner will advance to third. So 2-2 count, 2 outs. Whippets have a runner on third base. That's an important run. West won 2-0. Whippets need to win this game by 3, I believe, to have the tiebreaker. They both finished with an even record in district. Ground ball. Busby fields it. Got to get rid of it to first. And he does. And so the Knights get out of it. Good job by Brett. Good stretch over there by Leeds Jenkins. And through 3.5, the score remains Kosciusko 1, West Lauderdale 0.
That half a game. For the Whippets, there were no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. You up for the night. To lead off for the Knights, the left fielder, number 36, Hunter Russell.
So Hunter Russell coming to the plate. Fouls it off, right-hand side. Is going to stay in play. First baseman ranges over and makes the play. So Russell retired on 1 pitch. Leeds Jenkins coming to the plate.
With 1 out, the batter's the first baseman, number 3, Leeds Jenkins.
Go, Leeds, get it started.
Ball outside, breaking pitch, 1-0. Kosciusko leads 1-0. Bottom of 4. Swing and a miss from Jenkins on a breaking pitch, way outside. Count evens up 1-1. That was a good pitch and Ramage though. Started in the zone, ended way off the plate. Tough one for Jenkins to lay off of. Good fastball from Ramage. Count moves to 1-2. Good job by Jenkins to foul off the breaking pitch. Counts 1-2, bottom of 4. Fastball low, count evens up 2-2. Both pitchers want that pitch, but the umpire's been pretty consistent. He's not going to call it. Not going to call any low strikes. It's a good pitch, but it's borderline at best from both pitchers. Ball, 3-2. So count was full. Jenkins fought through it, hadn't chased any bad pitches. Good at bat to this point. Fly ball, pop straight up. First baseman ranges over, looking at it. It's going to get out of play. Count remains 3-2. It was a well-placed fastball at the knees by Ramage. Jenkins is able to get a piece of it. Foul it straight back. Jenkins just hits one way out to left, and they're looking at it, and it is goal right over the 78 state championship side. Leads Jenkins has knotted this game up at one apiece. You could tell it when it left the bat. Sounded different. And so with one good swing by Leeds Jenkins, the Knights have tied it up at one apiece.
Next out is the DH, number 26, Carson Smith.
Carson Smith comes in, grounds one to first. Easy play for the first baseman. So the Knights down to their final out from the bottom of 4.
With 2 outs, the batter is catcher number 13, Owen Shirley.
Ball is off the plate. Catcher fields it. Owen doesn't run to first, and so Knights are out of the Whippets get out of the inning, but give up a run on a home run from Jenkins. That was a solid swing on a ball that got out of here in a hurry.
That happened in for the Knights. There was 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on base. Due up for the Whippets, Barrett Kewen, Andrew Mansell, and Jacob Nunn.
So Brett Busby will take the mound for the Knights. Busby comes in with 17 innings pitched, 2-1 record, 1 save. He's walked 3 and struck out 34 in 17.1 innings. Brett definitely has good velocity. When his command's on, he's tough to deal with.
Number 9, Riggs Brown. On the mound and pitching, number 1, Brett Busby.
Busby's committed to Pearl River College, as is Cannon Graham committed to Pearl River. Brett is actually signed with Pearl River. He's a senior. Be going down there next year to continue his baseball and academic career. Graham's a junior, won't graduate till next year, so we have 1 year left to play for the Knights. And Jackson Parker, the center fielders, and He's committed to Holmes as a two-way player. He's going to play football and baseball. So they have a couple of changes for the Knights. Busby moves over to pitcher for Caden Boswell. Caden leaves with a tie ball game. He'll not factor into the decision. Ridge Brown will come in for Boswell and play third base. I believe your designated hitter will stay in place and will hit for Ridge. So Barrett Kewen coming to the plate, the catcher for the Whippets. So Kewen 1 for 1. Fastball from Brett, low and inside. So Whippets have 1 run on 1 hit. Good fastball from Brett, center cut, 1-1. The Knights have 1 run on 3 hits and committed 1 error. Top of the 5th inning, count moves to 2-1, ball low. Three and 1. So Brett quickly behind 3-1 to Kewen.
He can't hit it. Everybody prepping, let's go.
Good fastball from Busby. Runs the count full, 3-2. Good fastball, that'll do him. Busby pumps the fastball by Kewen. Andrew Mansell, the right fielder, will come to the plate.
One out, the batter's the right fielder, number 13, Andrew Mansell.
Mansell walked his only time up. Good fastball from Busby, center cut, 0-1. Mansell quick to move out of the way of that, squared to bunt, but was steadily leaning away from the plate.
He can't hit it.
Another good fastball from Busby, touching 88 on the gun, 0-2 to Mansell.
Can't hear what you can't see.
Fastball, grounded slow to the ground. Cannon gets rid of it in plenty of time. So 2 up, 2 down for Busby. And that'll rotate to the top of the order to Jacob Nunn. Nunn walked, his only time up.
Number 22, Jacob Nunn.
Yep, strike on the outside corner. Good breaking pitch from Busby. Nunn wasn't expecting that. Was looking all for the heat. Got the breaking pitch, couldn't check his swing. That's a fastball, fouled straight back, 0-2. Busby quickly ahead, 0-2. Busby's not liking the pitch call. Shirley going out, trying to get together on the signs.
Y'all get behind the team, let's go. Close the door. Close the door, Brett. Yes, sir.
Good pitch. Count moves to 1-2. Low and inside. Good fastball. Good miss on an 0-2 count. And swing, strike 3. So Brett comes in, strikes out 2 out of 3. Through 4.5, the score's knotted up, 1-1. So Jackson Parker coming to the plate. Walked his last time up.
The lead off of the Knights, the center fielder, number 2, Jackson Parker.
This might be a situation where Jackson thinks about butting up the third base line. Swing and a miss, fouled off. A little bit out in front. Got that right off the end of the bat. So the count's 0-1. We're tied up 1-1 in the bottom of 5. Jackson hits one out in the gap. That's going to get down and go to the wall. Jackson Rounds going for second. Powell's got a good arm. And Parker's in there, standing up. So the Knights have a leadoff double from Jackson Parker. Well hit. Right there in front of the Medical Arts Surgical Group sign. So this is the third time through the lineup for the Knights against Ramage. They want to be trying to figure him out. I'm going to see a few more balls put in play and hit solid. Jacob Wooten coming to the plate, 1 for 1 with a base hit and a walk. So the Knights have the lead run, standing at second base. Jackson bunts it in the air, get down, ball gets down. Going to root for Jacob, Jacob bunts it in the air. I'm going to root for Jacob to not have that ball caught. I will say this, Jacob gets that ball on the ground. He's standing at first base. The Knights have runners at the corner, so nobody out. It's a good time to try that because the third baseman can't play in. If he plays in, Jackson will steal third. Swing, fouled off. Wooten now down 0-2. Fouled off, right-hand side, out of play. So Ramage ahead of Wooten 0-2. Wooten choke up and has some defensive swings. Ball up. So Ramage with perhaps a waste pitch. It would have been he would like that to have been a little bit more competitive than it was. We talk about this some last year, competitive misses by pitchers on 0-2 counts, where you miss out of the zone on purpose, but you want to make it close enough where the hitter's got to think about it. That was not a competitive miss. There we go. Wooten hits a drive and left center. And so Jacob is on. The Knights have back-to-back hits and got something cooking here in the bottom of the fourth. 2 men on. Nobody out for Cannon. Cannon's 0 for 2.
Let's go. Be a leader out there. Let's go, big guy.
Struck out one time, popped up his other time. See if he can square up Ramage right here.
Baseman number 5, Cannon Graham.
Knights have first and third. Jacob Wooten stolen a couple of bases already on the night. Got good speed at first.
Barrel down.
Feint to third, turn to first. Throw to first. Jacob back in plenty of time.
Barrel down, big guy. Let's go. Get out the air.
There goes Jacob. Jacob's in a rundown, but that's okay. Let's see what happens here. Comes back Brusby coming home. Nobody's at first base. And the Knights take the lead 2-1 on a defensive miscue by the Whippets. Once the first baseman left first base, the pitcher's got to cover first. Did not do that. Didn't rotate over. So a defensive mistake by the Whippets allowed the Knights to take the lead 2-1. A little bit of aggressive base running. Turns out well for West Lauderdale. Cannon swings, fouls it off.
Short sweep, big guy. Both hands, let's go.
Take it for a ride, Bob.
You got it, Cannon. Relax, bud. Don't think, just hit it.
Pass that ball, Cannon.
Line drive, Bob. Let's go, big guy. Have some fun up there.
Cannon pops it up again on the infield. Drifting, out of play looks like. And indeed.
There, Bob. Let's go.
You got it, Cannon. Line drive, you got
So Cannon out 0-2. Jacob Wooten stands at first. West is taking a 2-1 lead over the Whippets. In the bottom half of 5. Knights currently have 2 runs on 5 hits. Whippets have 1 run on 1 hit. Throw to first. Jacob's back in plenty of time.
Go, big guy.
Ball in the dirt. Gets away. Jacob thinking about going for 3. Makes a wide turn. And wisely holds up. But nonetheless, now the Knights have another runner in scoring position. Nobody out in the bottom half of 5.
Let's go.
Count moves to 1-2 on Cannon. Ball inside, 2-2.
Wasn't even close. Come on.
Anything close, Cannon. Let's go now.
Get a rip, Cannon.
There, Graham hits one down the line, out into right center. Right fielder kicks it, rolls over the foul line. Cannon's making his way into second base, standing up and drives in Wooten. And the Knights take a 3-1 lead. Cannon Graham with an excellent job of two-strike hitting. Laces one in the right field. And Brett Busby will come to the plate. Busby 0 for 1, struck out one time tonight and walked.
Next time is the pitcher number 1, Brett Busby.
Let's go, Brett.
Now Brett hit one out. Come on, Brett. Come on out.
Pitcher paying a lot of attention to Cannon. I doubt Cannon's going in this situation with Brett at the plate. You're going to absolutely give Brett a chance to do some damage right here. Now you're up 3-1. Ball up. 1-0. Still nobody out in the inning. Knights are up 3-1. Nobody throwing in the Kosciusko bullpen. Brett waited a long time on that breaking pitch to get there, swung right through it. Count evens up 1-1. Brett swings through that one. Counts 1-2.
I'll take one, Brett. You got it.
Go out hitter now. Let's go. Everybody hit. Let's go now, Brett.
Fly ball, a breaking pitch, fouled out of play. Good job of getting a piece of that. It's absolutely a strike. Brett did a good job of getting his bat on at the last second.
You got it, bud.
There goes Graham. Busby swings away. Fouled off. 1-2. Cannon had a good jump.
You got this, Brett.
Nice, pretty aggressive on the base paths tonight. And have been effective. Stolen several bases. I don't know that Kosciusko's been super competitive with the rest of the running game. Busby fouls it up. First baseman off the handle. That'll be the first out of the inning. So Busby pops out to the first baseman. A good pitch by Ramage. Jammed him. Got it right off the handle. That'll bring up Caden Peoples. Caden 1 for 2.
With one out, the batter's right fielder number 22, Caden Peoples.
Go, KP.
Caden calls for him, receives time. Got something in his eye, it looks like. Just needs a second. Strike at the knees. 0-1.
He's so inconsistent. He calls a strike one time, ball the next. You don't know what to swing at.
Ball outside, 1-1.
Yeah, it's way outside.
Go, KP.
There goes the runner. KP swings off, fouls it off.
That's twice he had to stolen bird.
I think the Knights have realized that they can run on the Whippets. Ball up. Ball gets away from the catcher. Nothing doing for Cannon at second. Count evens up 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Knights have taken a 3-1 lead here in the bottom of the 5th. Ball on the dirt. Count moves to 3-2. Good job by Caden to lay off that pitch. Not a bad pitch in Ramage. Not in the zone, but one that you absolutely would want to swing at. Slow breaking pitch. Hard to lay off of it. Caden did a good job of taking that. Full count. There goes Graham again. Ball. And got it stolen. I think Coach Smith is on to something.
Be consistent.
Called that a strike 3, I guess. Called him struck out. Thought it was ball 4. And Hunter Russell will come to the plate. Cannon Graham stands on third. Now the 2 outs in the inning.
Russell.
Come on, base hit. Base hit, honey.
Ball outside. 1-0. Swing and a miss by Hunter. Count evens up 1-1. Ball low, 2-1.
You got this, Hunter?
100 fouls it off, right hand side. I think it's going to get out of play, and it does. Count evens up 2-2, 2 outs.
Now you on it. Let's go. Base hit. Get that run in.
Ball outside, gets past the catcher. Here comes Graham. The Knights will extend that lead out to 4-1. So a pass ball scores a insurance run for West Lauderdale. And Russell strikes out. But the Knights score 3 in the bottom of the 5th inning to take a 4-1 lead. So the Whippets in the top of the 6 will be at the number 2 hitter in their lineup, Landon Wallace. Wallace is 0 for 2.
The leadoff of the Whippets is second baseman number 24, Landon Wallace.
Ball outside, 1-0. Whippets do have activity in their bullpen. Ramage is right at 100 pitches, I think 96, 97, something like that. So they're looking to maybe make a pitching change soon. Busby up, count 2-0. Nice have a 4-1 lead and scored 3 runs in the bottom half of the 5th. Ball outside, 3-0. Ball outside. So 4 straight balls from Busby. Puts the leadoff runner on base for the Whippets. And if you're Kosciusko, that's exactly what you want to happen. Some runners on base and try to score some runs to get back in it. So Ty Ramage, the pitcher, coming to the plate. Ramage 0 for 2. See if Busby can find some command right here. Good fastball for a strike.
Strike 1.
Coach wanted confirmation he called that a strike. I think he absolutely knew he called it a strike. Foul ball. Fouled straight back, 0-2. Wallace getting an aggressive lead at first. I'll be surprised if he runs, down 3 runs. Don't want to run yourself out of an inning if you're the Whippets, but you never know. Pick to first. Not Brett's best move, obviously. This counts 0-2. If I'm Busby, I come after the hitter right here. Ramage calls time. Good fastball. Good job by Ramage. Get a piece of it. Hadn't called it to the fastball yet. Don't know that I'd give in with some all speed. Giving the fastball again, maybe up in the zone. Breaking pitch away, 1-2. That's another one pitch you'd like to have a little closer to the zone, make it competitive, make the hitter have to think about it. Good pitch, strike 3, outside corner. Good location from Brett. And that'll bring Larson Fancher to the plate.
Third baseman number 12.
Fancher 0 for 2, struck out both times up. Foul ball, the right-hand side. Count moves to 0-1. Ball outside, 1-1. Fans want the call, but that's absolutely the right call by the umpire. Owen set up out there, a little bit off the plate. 0-1 count. Brett threw it a little bit further outside. It was a ball. It's a good call by Blue. There's a good swing. Good pitch from Busby. Good slider down in the dirt. 0-2. Fancher had no hope of holding up on that. This is just a good pitch buried low and in on him. See if he comes back with a fastball right here. Maybe up in the zone a little bit. See if we can get him to chase it. 1-2 count, 1 out. There it is. He laced it right back up the middle. Good job by Fancher. Give him credit. So the Whippets have 2 men on, 1 out. And Benny Powell, the 5-hitter center fielder, coming to the plate.
Your next batter is the center fielder, number 11, Benny Powell.
Good pitch from Busby. Inside fastball. Tied Powell up. 0-1. 4-1 Knights. Bottom of 5. Knights have 4 runs on 6 hits to this point. The Whippets have 1 run on 2 hits. There's a ground ball. Wooten. They get the runner at second. Good job. Took a hard hop. Caught him right in the chest. Once that was happened, couldn't get the double play, but the Whippets now have runners in the corners, but 2 outs. So Jacob did a good job staying in front of it, shuttled it to Graham at second to get a sure out. And when you're up 4-1, that's what you want to do is record outs. So now Cooper Blake, the left fielder, coming to the plate. Blake's 0 for 1, walked once today, struck out. Fly ball out to center. Jackson's on his horse. Trying to get to it. Can't do it. It's over his head. 1 run's in. 2 runs in. He scores. And so the Whippets have cut the deficit to 1, 4-3 on a double over Jackson Parker's head in center. Well hit ball by Cooper Black.
All right, no biggie, let's
Your next
go.
batter is the first baseman, number 5, Peyton Odom.
And Peyton Odom coming to the plate. Odom's 0 for 2, struck out 1 time. Ball in the dirt, gets past him. So the wild pitch from Busby puts the tying run at third base.
All right, get this out.
Inside and hits him. Now there's runners at the corners. 2 outs. And Brett probably needs to take just a second, get his composure. Just delay is probably good. Take a deep breath, refocus, try to get this out, keep the lead. So Barrett Kewen, the catcher, coming to the plate. 1 for 2 on the night.
Take a breath, Brett. Let's go, big guy. I'll take him. Just need the batter. Let's go. Attaboy.
Good fastball from Busby, 0-1. They are definitely sitting on Brett's fastball right now. He probably needs to throw a breaking pitch or something for a strike at some point, just to keep him honest. Run him down. Good job. Good job, Knights. Execute the first and third defense to perfection. Had the second baseman cut in front of the throw, cut the throw. If the runner takes off, that's exactly what he did. Runner doesn't take off, he lets it go. Good job by the Knights. They cut the runner down trying to score and maintain the lead going into the bottom of the 6th. The Kosciusko Whippets add 2. Knights lead 4-3. Bottom of 6. So Fancher will come in. Larson Fancher will move from third base to pitcher. Ramage will go from pitcher to third base, so they just swap positions. So Fancher will be in the mound for the Whippets. Scores 4-3. Bottom of 6. Leads Jenkins leading off. Jenkins hit a bomb over the 1978 sign to tie this game up earlier. Give the Knights some much needed momentum. Score now stands at 4-3. West Lauderdale. In the bottom of the 6th inning.
The lead off for the Knights. The first baseman, number 3, leads Jenkins.
Jenkins swings at the first pitch, fouls it off. Jenkins again. Sit down to third base line. Ramage with a good play at third. Makes the throw. Nice play from Ramage. After throwing 90 some odd pitches. It's a pretty good play. He's still loose, but still a tough play after you've been throwing that many pitches on the night.
Go Carson.
Carson Smith coming to the plate, 0 for 2.
Your next batter is the VH number 26, Carson Smith.
Ball outside. 1-0. Swings at a ball in the dirt. Count moves to 1-1. Out in front, 1-2. Fouled off. Carson gets a piece of that one to stay alive. Count stays 1-2. 1 out. Bottom of 6. Foul ball. Carson swings at a high fastball. Just gets a piece of it. Count stays 1-2.
Carson, come on, man.
Fouls off again. Still 1-2. Carson real aggressive at the plate. High fastball, not a strike. That one probably not a strike. Way outside, getting pieces of them, but really being aggressive at anything Fancher throws. And he drives one out to left center if it'll stay fair. And a good job and stop. I couldn't see it in the dugout. Good dive and catch out there by the left fielder for the Whippets. Cooper Black. Good slide and catch retires Carson. So there's 2 outs for the Knights in bottom of the 6th.
The 2 outs. So that was catcher number 13, Owen Shirley.
Go, Owen.
Ball outside, 1-0. Scores 4-3 West Lauderdale. Bottom of 6th inning, 2 outs. West has 4 runs on 6 hits. Whippets have 3 runs on 3 hits. Owen pops one into right field, and it's going to be easy out for the right fielder. And so, nothing doing for the Knights. 3 up, 3 down. Going into the top of the 7th. Knights lead 4-3. So, the top of the 7th. The Whippets will have Kewen, the catcher, up. Mansell, the 9-hitter. And then back to the top of the order to Nunn.
To lead off for the Whippets, catcher number 7, Barrett Quinn.
So Barrett Quinn at the plate, 1 for 2. Strikeout victim earlier in the game. Busby gets ahead with an inside fastball for a strike. Another fastball. Count moves to 0-2. Good breaking pitch from Busby. Throw to first base by Owen Shirley. And that's one quick out for Busby via the strikeout.
With 1 out, batters the right fielder, number 13, Andrew Mansell.
9-hitter Mansell coming to the plate, 0-1. 0 for 1 tonight. Reached on a base on balls earlier. Busby quickly gets ahead, 0-1. Line drive. Graham makes a good play. Tosses it to first, and so there's 2 outs. So good job by Graham to get to that ball. That'll bring the top of the order up. And Jacob Nunn, shortstop for the Whippets, come to the plate. Scores 4-3 Knights, bottom of 6. Knights scored 1 in the 4th, 3 in the 5th. Whippets scored 1 in the 2nd, 2 in the 6th. Knights have 4 runs on 6 hits. Whippets 3 runs on 3 hits. Good breaking ball from Brett. Nunn's I feel like Nunn's the best player the Whippets have. It was a good pitch to start him off on. A good breaking pitch. Hard breaker right over the center cut. See if he goes away with a fastball here, and he does. Swing and a miss from Nunn. So quickly ahead 0-2.
One strike left.
So 0-2 count, 2 outs. Knights lead 4-3. Top of 7. And he gets him, and that'll do it. The Knights win the game 4-3 and win the district. So the Knights will be the number 1 seed coming out of District 4 into the playoffs. Kosciusko will have to wait to see their fate. More than likely will be the 2 seed. But the Knights win a close and well-played game 4-3. So just a reminder, tomorrow the Knights will host Madison Central here at 5 and 7. Junior varsity at 5, varsity at 7. Come out and see some good baseball tomorrow night at Jerry Boatner Field. This is Marcus Willis with West Lauderdale Athletics, West Lauderdale Baseball signing off. The Knights once again are district champs. One more district game left, but it won't matter against Louisville. Coming up this Friday, I believe. So congratulations to the Knights. We expect to win district every year, and indeed we did. So it's Marcus Willis signing off. Y'all have a